me take you somewhere else entirely. Let's start with Salman Rushdie, my favorite sentence of his ever, which is from Imaginary Homelands, page 206. Ours is the most cryptic of centuries, its true nature, a dark secret. Powerful, isn't it? My father's been in the hospital for about 20 days, and the last 20 days have been an emotional roller coaster. There are days when he speaks of his dad, my grandfather, of whom I was very fond and who was even fonder of me. My grandfather would visit his wife's grave practically every day, and I would accompany him. He would drive at 25 kilometers per hour around Mombasa with his dog, the dachshund called Jackie. Jackie committed suicide after my grandfather died by leaping out of the car window to his death. So, my dad keeps speaking about his father and his mother, my grandmother, as if they are in the room. And then he turns to me in a moment of absolute clarity and says, "Alika, why am I talking about dead people?" I said, if you feel they are here, they are real, because maybe that is the African in me, see Ben Okri. Strangely, when I visited my mother last before she passed away, she too would seemingly jump into her past. Mum was very religious, and in fact, to quote Boris Johnson, who spoke of syncretic at a reception here in Nairobi, could have been speaking of my mother, who was wonderfully syncretic and happy to pray in a temple. Mum used to volunteer at our mosque to wash bodies of the dead. It's considered particularly favourable when you get out to see your maker. She would always return to the story of how one day she was washing a body, and then she realised it was her best friend from primary school. Don't know why that came to my mind. Let me put up a photograph of the syncretic Boris Johnson, his words, not mine, and remind you of the swing and why I said to my dad, if you think they're here, it's real. The swing is, of course, by Kabir. Between the poles of the conscious and the unconscious, there has the mind made a swing. Thereon hang all beings and all worlds and all that, and that swing never ceases its sway. Millions of beings are there, the sun and the moon, and their courses are there, millions of ages pass, and the swing goes on, all swing. I imagine Dad's on a swing right now, and millions of ages have passed, and all kinds of people are appearing. Islam, who I shipped up to Nairobi from Mombasa and was Dad's driver, but now sits with him during the day, thank goodness, otherwise I don't know what I'd be doing, says to me that Dad is confused. I want to say he's perfectly lucid. We just have to tune in. This song came in my mind yesterday. Discovered it's by the Detroit Emeralds, and it's called Feel the Need. Listen to it, it's fantastic. Can you guess how much this piece of art is worth? It's by Roy Lichtenstein, Crying Girl, 1964. I think I saw this Lichtenstein in Washington, actually. Both the speed of light and globalization figure in Virilio's writing. At one point he wrote, "The speed of light does not merely transform the world, it becomes the world. Globalization is the speed of light." Virilio is also quoted as saying, "There is no such thing as globalization, there is only virtualization. What is being effectively globalized by instantaneity is time." Think about that.